anything you want to do, you gotta grab it by the balls, by the balls, by the balls.
Put your feelings aside, give that wild side a try. I'm not that girl.
I'm Sharon H. I've put together a list of things that others or we ourselves may sometimes need someone to say. Just remember, everything in this video is coming from my own perspective and viewpoint. Take what advice you want and let the rest slide right off of you like Teflon. Let's do this. Number one, are you okay? That's right, those three little words are sometimes so infrequently asked, or asked with genuine interest for the answer. We can all get caught up in our own stresses and woes, or even the good things and happenings for us of late, that we sometimes really can't see the forest for the trees. We may on some level think our friend has been quiet. We may even feel a slight resentment that we've not heard from them, or that they have been absent from our social media posts. But ask yourself, when was the last time you reached out to ask them if they are okay? When is the last time that someone reached out with genuine concern to ask if you are okay? We never know what others may be going through, just as others may not know what we are going through. And those three words are something that the most of us sometimes need someone to say. Are you okay? Let me know in the comments how you are today. Number two, I'm here if you need to talk. None of us are immune to hardships or rough days, but some of us don't like to feel that we are being a burden to others either. So it can just become habit, holding everything in until we feel like we are going to burst. Or perhaps we've been shamed before for opening up and told it's not all about you if we've tried to open up about ourselves. Some people have victim mentalities, and forever listening to them droning on about their problems can make us shy about opening up about ours, because we don't ever want to come across as woe is me like them. And we all realize the problems are like arseholes. Everyone has them, and for the most part, nobody cares. But how much of a difference it can sometimes make knowing one person actually does. One person you could trust to be a sounding board, and they could trust you to be theirs. A simple "I'm here to talk" may even make the difference to someone on the edge. We just never know what another may be going through, just as others for the most part have no idea what we may be going through either. Number three, it's not your fault. Man, I cannot tell you how those words can make a difference, and the different path my life may have taken if those words were said to me. You never know the guilt and burdens others may carry, that they were never meant to carry, but others were never big enough or caring enough to tell them. It's really hard to recover from things that were designed to destroy without hearing the words, "It's not your fault." And those on the outside looking in may have absolutely no idea how much those words need to be said. Words that need to be spoken to the living, because they're useless once spoken to the dead. Number four, no judgment here. These are such important words when gaining trust or trusting another. Let's be real here. We are only human, and we all sometimes fucking unconsciously judge, yeah? We judge people by how we presume them to be or how we think they should be. We judge them by the choices they make, assuming we ourselves could have done so much better. But that in itself, for the most part, is horseshit. Of course, there are some people it's impossible not to judge, because they go out of their way to cause chaos and friction, and they bring hellfire upon themselves and others. But so many are victims of these people, the ones left to pick up the pieces, the ones that are victim shamed and blamed, gaslit or ridiculed by people that have been manipulated by the very best. Sometimes we all need our side of the story to be heard without judgment or bias. And the words "no judgment" here, when coming from a place of good, can open up a safe place for recovery, peace and closure. Number five, what can I do? Every day we wake up assuming that everything will go as we've mapped out in our head, and nothing will stray too far from the ordinary. The fact is, at any given moment, life as we know it could exist no more. We could be diagnosed with illness, we could lose our home, or someone we love may be earthside no more. It's a sad reality of life that our very being could change in a blink. And of course, it could just as easily change for the better too. But when the unforeseen opinion hits us like a lightning bolt right out of the blue. We are all going to hope that we have someone put out a hand and say, what can I do? Number 6, I see you. Just as I love to see you all down in the comments, yeah? We most all like to be seen, and we most certainly like to be heard. There are days I'm sure we've all felt invisible and felt like we matter very little to anybody. And our troubles and woes or hard work can feel like it's completely gone unnoticed. Or we feel battered and frayed and worn to the bone, trying to be everything for everybody else, that it's hard to believe we matter to anybody else. If you're a parent, I'm sure you've gone through the phase of feeling left as your children grow and they seem to need you less and less. They sometimes get so caught up in creating a life for them that they seem to forget all you did for them, and you can start to feel a bit irrelevant, invisible, somewhat incomplete. And I guess it's up to us to find our own fulfillments to some degree. But I can see as one gets older how those words, I see you, may be needed more and more. Of course, there are different people with many kinds of lives, young and old, that feel like all others are oblivious to them and they just want to be seen. My fellow creative friend Gonzo from Bruise Cruise Fails recently shared with me the song Hello in There by John Prines. It's so moving and really opens your eyes to how many others may need to hear those words, I see you. I'll link it in the description. It's really worth listening to. And also head on over and say g'day to Gonzo. He's a really great person who deserves to be seen too. Number 7, you are enough. These words are so underestimated for the goodness and confidence they can bring. Others often assume that people that appear confident always believed they were enough. But for the most part, these are the people least told they are enough. I cannot tell you how many times in my life I wish I'd heard those words. It took so much soul searching and damage control for me to realize that the only validation I needed was from me. But you know what? If I'd have been told those words much sooner, I may never have needed the validation at all. Never feel bad if no one ever told you you are enough. Because you know what? You fucking well are. You are more than enough. You are enough. You are always enough, and you will forever be enough. Anyone who ever makes you feel you are not good enough, ask yourself, good enough for who? Don't ask yourself if you are good enough for them. Ask yourself if they are bloody good enough for you. Number 8, I believe in you. This kind of rolls on from the last one too. Not only do we all sometimes need someone to say you are enough, but we all sometimes need to hear, I believe in you. Because sad to say, not everyone has heard those stardust ladled words, nor does everyone believe in themselves. Those words can definitely make the difference between success and failure. I never used to believe in myself because, to the best of my knowledge, I never thought anyone else did either. I would try new things, give my all, and do my best to succeed. But I'd get myself almost to the top, second guess myself, and fast come tumbling down. Unfortunately, it's something that happens to many. Success is never realized because it's never fully believed it's deserved. But that's fucking bullshit. It's taken most of my life to believe in myself enough for all those that never showed they did. And I'm here to tell you, if nobody else has, I believe in you, and anything you want to do, you gotta grab it by the balls. Trust me, you don't need validation from me or any bastard. You just gotta believe in yourself. But if you are in a position yourself to make a difference, then speak up and say those magic words. Because some people with the greatest talent, the greatest potential. I believe in you are 4 words they've never heard. If you found value in this video and you'd like to, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Stay awesome. Now go get what's yours.
Break out of your shell.